Hey guys, what's up? My name is Ricardo, and today we're doing something a bit different. Today, I kind of set up the video a different way. I want to see if you guys like this new format, so please let me know. But anyway, today we're going to be drawing Phylla, and we're going to try to do a bit more curvy drawings today. So anyway, guys, so let's get started. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and trying to lay out my sketch real quick. Yeah, this is like my quick stick figure, so I can get an idea of what I'm trying to do. Normally, you want to really use a reference or try to figure out what you really want to do. Right now, I'm just winging it, trying to think of a pose while I go. Alright, so since I did a rough sketch, let's see if I can kind of refine it a bit more. Yeah, just drawing the eyes, just trying to get a feel for it. By the way, I'm using TV paint right now to sketch this. I feel it a bit more comfortable using TV paint to do my sketches. Drawing chess is never that easy. It is a bit too big, so let's size it down a bit. And trying to get this sketch, well, the chess to work. Yeah, so the great thing about using digital programs, you can, cut and move around or enlarge or size it down. When so you don't have to really erase and re-sketch. In my case, I kind of get an idea of who I'm trying to draw right now. I think I'm gonna try to do Phylla. She's from Vaygren, so let's try to draw her. So that's why I enlarge our chest. I'm still trying to get an idea on how should I do this pose. It's always good to use reference, but in this one I'm actually suffering. See, now I'm changing our head. Let's see if I can get this head position right. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. I have a Labrador. She's an older dog. And I have a Husky mixed with German Shepherd. And he's like the pup. So he's young, she's old. He always want to jump on her, so she barks a lot. I think older dogs tend to do that, trying to teach the younger dog what not to do. Yeah, so the good thing, when you do sketches, it's always good to flip your drawings, because when you flip it, you can tell if something is all messed up. Like in my case, I flip it and I see that the chest needs to be adjusted. But I think I have an idea now what I'm trying to do. By the way, guys, if you like, you see the view on the right bottom. I had set up a camera above my tablet and trying to show my hand while drawing. So I'm not sure if you guys like this. If you guys like this, let me know. And I will have actually instead of showing two screens, I just show one of me drawing. You can see my hands. So let me know if you guys like this. Anyway, I'm just trying to draw a box right now so I can see what she's sitting on. Well, she's just gonna be sitting in the box. All right, so I think I got a pose that I like. Phylla, she have some wide hips, so gotta make them wide. And she's a bit curvy too. All right, so let's try to hide some details now. So I'm gonna be drawing her eyes in. Eyebrows, mouth. And if you notice, when I'm going to be doing the details, I'm just using the rough sketch I did as a reference. I think I'm going to refine it a bit more right now. See, if you notice, I have our chin that longer. And you notice how I had the ears before, like a regular human. I tend to do that when I'm drawing any character, even if it's a non-elf or monster. I tend to do the sketches with normal ears, then I go over it and do whatever. And making them a bit bigger, because in the sketch it looks a bit too small for Phylla. What do you guys think? Yeah, just a little bit more refined. Alright, so I'm going to turn off the old sketch and I'm going to try to, if you notice I created a new layer, so I'm going to try to draw the clothing over the sketch I just did. This part is always tricky when you're trying to draw clothes and you're trying to have the body to shape with the clothes. Yeah, so I'm going to try to figure it out. See, if you notice, I'm drawing our chest trying to curve with our clothes. All right, so since I did this as a sketch, actually let's do the hair first. Sometimes I like to separate the hair, the expression of the character, and the clothes of the character on a different layer. If I have a reference, I usually put everything on in one layer, but because this one is like I'm still trying to figure it out, it's safe to put them on separate layers. See, and if you notice, I just erased the sketch I did. So that's why I like it to separate them. It's easier to work with sometimes. And if you notice, I turned down the opacity for the sketch I did. So now I'm gonna do a bit more detail over it. Yeah, the shadows underneath the chest. Trying to get the weight of the chest to curve with the clothes, so it has some gravity to it. I think that works. Normal when I ink these sketches when I'm finished, then I go over it again and do the final pass and refine the drawing a bit more. And it's very important to flip your drawings, because if you don't flip the drawings, when you finish and you're looking at it, you're wondering what's going on, something is off and you can't really tell. Yeah, flip your drawing and you will see what's wrong. Alright, so I know how to draw the stockings. I want to say Phylla is one of my favorite characters. She's one of my favorite characters. I know why I'm saying that too. If you play the game Vaygren LT, you might be like, she's not my favorite. But I know what's gonna happen. That's why I like Phylla. Alright, doing some details on her hand, just have an idea. And now to draw what she's sitting on. Actually, I don't know what she's sitting on right now. For now, it's just going to be a soft box. Yeah, like we clean that hand up once we start inking it. Just doing some last minute touch up. You know, let's draw our bone arrow. Yeah, some small details. Yeah, I think I'm almost finished with it. Alright guys, so I think that's it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want me to continue this type of style. And if you do like, if I get enough likes, I will go ahead and finish this drawing. So I'll talk to you guys later.